to, say, 4 or 5 years ago, I was dismissive of AI.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I was we saw the first version of it, or I saw the first version in the early 80s. And people told me, well, that wasn't the first version. The first version was in the 70s or whatever it was. And AI would pop up, right, would pop up sort of 8 or 10 year intervals, and it never went anywhere. Okay. And so I decided, I would ignore it, kind of thing. And then one day I was having a conversation with a colleague named Alex Borick, and Alex is now he's now at Volkswagen, and we got to talking about it, and he said, Tom, you can't ignore it. And I pushed back really hard, and I said, well, why is that, Alex? And I said, what's different? And he said, well, it's not really the algorithms. He said, but now we have computing power, and now we have lots and lots of data, right? Kind of thing. And it's kind of like, who knew it would take 1 million pictures of cats to train an algorithm, right? In the 80s, right? Yeah. And so now that data is available, and it's in the cloud, and people source it and stuff like that. And he said, Tom, I'm worried about quality, but I really appreciate it if you would think about this, right? And so I respect Alex a lot, and so I decided to do it, and it was kind of hard to figure it out. I mean, I've been around data quality a long time, and most things, in 2 or 3 days, I figure it out. But this took me a lot longer. And then one day I woke up and it's, this is scary. This is really, shut down the entire electric grid in 30 minutes. Scary. And so we have been really, trying to raise the alarm about that. Thank goodness for Harvard Business Review. We got a great article in there, I don't know, a couple years ago called "If Your Data's Bad, Your Machine Learning Tools Are Useless." And what it lays out is all the problems. And you mentioned one, like if the data's bad, well, how do you train the algorithm? But then the next thing is, okay, so you got a good algorithm, but now you turn it loose and you start putting new bad data into it. You still get bad results, right? So it's not enough to get good data to train the algorithm. You got to get good data. You got to get good data going forward. And so in this respect, I mean, the standards for data quality and machine learning are way, way higher than in anything else we've done. So I'm so glad that Alex raised that point, and I'm glad you asked me about that. If you're listening and you're worrying, you're doing something with machine learning or artificial intelligence, focus first on the data.
Yeah. Yes. So thank you so much for